welcome back. So let's see. Wicca, witchcraft, the craft, witch, wizard, warlock, whatever you want to refer to you as, you know, it's whatever you want. This video is going to be basically me trying to, you know, educate anybody who really doesn't know anything about witchcraft. It's not exactly like an educational video, but you know, I'm just paraphrasing here, because the reason why I made this, why I'm making this video, is that I had a little incident, not really, you know, that happened to me because I am a witch. But you know, it didn't really greatly upset me, but you know, it just brought to light that even now in 2015, that there's still some crazy ass religious people out there. And you know, I understand, you know, how some Catholics, Lutherans, Christians, and Baptists, there's a lot that still don't like us witches, or anybody who belongs to the Wiccan faith. You know, really in this day and age, well, you know, whatever. So, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, tell you a little bit about me, and maybe this pertains to some other witches. I don't know. So, and for all of y'all who just don't know, there are many paths in the Wiccan or in the craft to follow. And I have my notes here. I haven't, which witch is which? I know, funky title. But you know, there's so many things. There's the British traditional witch, the Celtic Wicca, the Alexandrian Gardenian, you know, path. And you know, here's what I basically am. I am an eclectic witch, and this, I'm paraphrasing. Eclectic witch does not follow in any particular trad, sect, or magical practice. They learn and study from many magical systems and apply to themselves what appears to work best. And that works for me. Because when I started out so very young, you know, I didn't, right off the bat, before even reading, you know, just one particular author on the subject of witchcraft, you know, I realized that many people are different. You know, what works for him may not work for me. What works for her may not work for me. So I read so many authors, and before I even knew, because I was still in middle school, you know, what the hell eclectic meant, you know, that's what I was without even, you know, realizing. So I'm that, and I'm a little bit of a kitchen witch. I'm a little bit of a kitchen witch, and I'm also a solitary and natural witch. And a kitchen witch is, again paraphrasing, basically this type is one who practices by hearth and home, dealing with the practical side of the religion, magic, the earth, and the elements. Again, you know, that's me. I'm also a solitary witch. I do not belong to a coven. One who practices without regardless of trad or sect. A solitary can also be an individual who has no desire to practice with or learn from a coven structure, but still may, you know, follow some of their traditions. through the teaching of another. And finally, a solitary witch can be a person who has decided to tough it out on their own, learning from books, networking, and fellow witches of different trads. So I'm all of those. You know, I'm a solitary natural witch. Even though I'm talking to some of y'all guys on the internet. I'm a kitchen witch, an eclectic witch. You know, I'm just all that. Just basically an eclectic witch. Because I pull from, you know, the different paths. And I go, well, you know what? This calls to me. And it works for me. And one day, I hope to start my own hereditary witchy line. And that means, yes, popping out kids or child. And, of course, teaching them all I know. Loving them or whatever. And then, you know, odds are he or she will become a witch too, have children, pass it on, you know. I want to start that because right now I'm the only witch in my family. And basically a hereditary witch or family trad, one who can trace the craft through their family tree and who was taught the old religion by a relative. So basically it's in the family. And I think that would be so cool, you know, because I find the witchcraft to be so very warm, so very loving, understanding. And it's, you know, I do. I find it one of the most welcoming religions out there. Not that I'm knocking any of the other ones, you know. If they work for you, great. You know. So, you know, and there's another one here. Let's take, I'm sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. The satanic witch. Satanic witch is, witches do not believe in Satan. And for me, I don't believe per se in Satan. But, sorry again, in my experience, I know that there are things out there. Us as the human race has always known there's been weird things happening. Bad things happen. Shh. Ghosts, poltergeists, you know, just weird supernatural things. I don't know if there's a Satan. I don't know if that's just a name that, you know, they gave this dark entities. But, you know, I'm just not quite sure what to really think of that. But I will tell you this, I do not practice that. There are crazy ass people out there who will literally cut open a dog or cat or any kind of poor innocent little creature and sacrifice them to a dark lord, Satan, you know, whatever. Some who will even kill a person to do that. But I'm going to tell you right now that is very rare. Very rare indeed. And I will tell you now that those people are sick. Because witches do not do that. They will never ever do that. We all are pretty much animal lovers. You know, I would never sacrifice a dog or anything, you know, never, ever. If I accidentally hit a dog or a cat, which has happened, I felt so bad. I mean, I literally fell into a deep depression, you know, so no, we don't do that. Don't ever think that, because we will never, ever do that. No. It was everything we're against. If, you know, they do stuff like that, then they ain't a real witch. They're crazy, psycho. Need to be in an institution ward. Also, you know, if you're starting out or you're curious about this craft, I would suggest you read Silver Raven Wolf. Now, you will get mixed views on that because there are people who love her and then there's people who despise her. I don't have a problem with her. Again, I have read so many different authors. You know, I don't see the big deal about her. I mean, there's just people who really loathe her, who are practicing the craft. But I'm like, well, I found her okay. But, whatever. She does a pretty good job of, kind of explaining what witchcraft is, what Wicca is, the New Age. But she also has one, Teen Witch. If you're just starting out, you're a teenager, that's a pretty good little book to get. But here's another notes that I made. This is quite a while. Having difficulty with parents or partners who will not accept their choice. In most cases, this opinion comes from one of the four sources. A partner or parent is uneducated about our religion. That is true. And of course, you see the movies, The Witches of Eastwick, Hocus Pocus, Harry Potter, there's a movie called The Craft, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Ghost Whisperer, other things. But in the past, witches has been, this ugly old woman. We have such a bad rap, and of course Hollywood does not make it any better. But I know it's not real. I watch, and those are my favorite movies. I'm not gonna lie. I love Hocus Pocus. I love Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock. I love the Witches of Eastwick. And, for me, I just like, oh my gosh, the strong women role models. And, just a little bit. Put in the pie chart, this is about 10%. I wanted to be like that. I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want to be. I want to be a witch. But again, in a pie chart, that's like 10%. I was, weird as a child, later on I discovered, all this. So no, I just want to put that out. Movies did not push me to become a witch. Did not. Having strong female role models, that are witches, had an effect on me, It's not that they use magic to change their lives. It just brought them closer together, friendship, family, boosted their self-esteem. I really look up to women of strong character, period. And number 2 is the partner or parent has been educated but is selfish, stubborn. How will it affect me? What will other people think? That is an issue. What if the neighbors, our family, or my business partners find out? What will they think of me? Well, you can't really think like that. Otherwise, you'll never get anything done. If you're going to worry about, oh God, what are you going to think of me? You're never going to amount to anything, My opinion. Number 3, the Wiccan doesn't really want to share his or her religion. After all, it makes the person special and can be something reserved for self. This too, in its own way, is a selfish act. As the partner is shut out, it hurts his or her feelings and makes him or her think the worst. Number 4, intensified brainwashing from other structured religions or friends. This is a hard one to deal with. If the mind is truly closed, you will have to come to grips and make a choice. Either it is what you want or what the world wants. If you cannot compromise, something has to give. That is the biggest problem we have in the world, especially from the Christians, Catholic, Baptist, Methodist, church, the church. Because, You have to love God. You have to love Jesus. Or Catholics, pray to the saints, the angels. I am a witch, and I will tell you now that I know angels exist. Magic does not hinder their ability to bring joy and happiness to this world. It helps them, actually. As for praying to saints, I can just tell you this. I'm gonna explain, try to explain to this as simple as I can. Forrest Gump it, if you will. God has a lot to do. Angels have a lot to do. Saint Michael, the Archangel, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, they're all busy. Saints are people who have, who are human at one time, live their life, purely, honestly, was kind, that's how they got saintly stature. I refer to them as my little helpers because, like St. Jude, patron saint of hopeless causes, that's his specialty. I do pray to him, and he's always come through for me. God and the truly powerful angels, all angels, are busy, and they are my helpers again. They help me. Sometimes, also, when you pray and you just don't know who to pray to, and you just send out a Hail Mary, believe me, they get it. And they send it to wherever it needs to go. Believe me, they get the message. But, as for saints, they're helpers. That's all I can tell you. That's all, I can't really explain it. But, that is the biggest problem. We have had the Hollywood, the Bible, Quran, whatever is out there. There are witches in every culture of the world. And it just seems like it's all bad. But we're not bad. Or at least I'm not. I can't speak for everybody else. In every religion, in every culture, there are good people and there are bad people. And, we just remember the worst and we forget about the good. But, educate yourself. Educate yourself. You need to educate yourself because you don't want to walk around in this day and age all stupid. I am curious about Japanese culture. I am immersing myself right now. I want to know about your folk tales. I want to know about why you do what you do. Indian from India. I love that culture. I've read about it and it's just awesome. I've also read of the ancient Druids and the ancient Scandinavians. I know a little bit about African, history. Not that much. I guess I need to really work on that. But, you got to educate yourself. We are not awful, horrible people. We're just like you. We're like everybody else. We go shop at Kohl's. We shop at Walmart, Target. We're everywhere. We're your school teachers. We're the firemen, the policemen. We're the nurse, the doctor that's treating you. We're the mechanic. We're everybody. We're the cashier. I work in childcare. I'm a teacher. I've worked as a cashier. I have worked for a mini factory, a plastic that makes badges for Office Max, Office Depot. I have done every line of work, and I'm a witch. What can I say? So, don't think we go around hating you Christians or Catholic, Baptist, whatever you refer to you as, because we don't care, or at least I don't. You know, we respect you, you know, for your choice, but we just really want, as a community and as all, we just want to all coexist peacefully together. You know, if we can just get over this crap, the world would be such a better place. But, you know, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But, you know, we're not out to get you. You know, if you have a problem with us and you just can't get over it, that's your deal. But I do expect you to keep a civil tongue and respect everybody, even if you think we're wrong. And, you know, that's fine. That's your opinion. That's fine. You know, I don't want to change what you think. You know, I just, you know, pick up Silver Raven, Wolf books, Buck Cunningham. Let me think of somebody else. God, it's been a long day. God, I'm just... Go to Barnes and Nobles at the New Age section. Do the same thing to a Half Price Books. You know, just get yourself educated, because I don't, you know, if you're just walking around there, around in the world, and you pick up this book and this really calls to you, you know, because religion does fill you with being special, knowing something special, whether it's God, Jehovah, Allah, the Spirit, the Great One, whatever that positive, loving energy is, which I know is out there. You know, it's going to help you along in your path, your life path. But, you know, I just made this video because, you know, even in this day and age, somebody finds out I'm a witch and they're like, put the brakes on. I don't think I want to hang with you anymore. And that's fine. You know, I've had that happen to me a couple of times. But, you know, again, what can I say? You know, I just liked you for you. I didn't care what your religion background was. But, you know, some people it matters and some people it doesn't. So... whatever. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. Blessed be. I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. Oh, maybe I'll have a little bit of an ice cream. But anyway, stay out of trouble. Stay in good health if you can. Oh, stay cool in this melting summer that we're having. And I will see y'all later. Bye.